Joe Rogan Podcast, check it out.
The Joe Rogan Experience.
Train by day, Joe Rogan Podcast by night, all day.
Hey guys, welcome to the world's worst and shortest podcast. Welcome to the Joe Rogan Experience. Today's a beautiful, fabulous Wednesday, and I couldn't help but be so privileged to share it with you guys. Today's topics, we could talk about what's going on in Palestine. We could talk about the food crisis, the war on drugs. But right now, I rather talk about the SPH community because I'm a part of this community myself, and I'd like to discuss the intricacies of such content and why it's so important to people like me. First off, I am a part of the SP community, and it's a very vibrant and wholesome community, as some would say. Lots of love there, lots of support groups, no girls allowed, because you have to have one to be one, and they don't have any, so who are they to, judge, on size, girth, length. I mean, you don't even have a player in this, you don't even have a horse in this race, like, let's be real here. I mean, you have no say, you have no pool, alright? But as a part of the SP community, it's, you don't really get a lot of wins, you get a lot of embarrassments, but I like it. I like being embarrassed. I like being slapped in the face, I like being spat on. Yeah, I love cuck. I love cuck content. That has to be my second favorite. There's just something so beautiful about having something and then have it be taken and violated with your eyes on that perceived violation. That's my favorite. Some of my favorite scenarios is the mailman. Like, what I love to envision is me going to work, and as I'm pulling out of the driveway, the mailman is pulling in, and he knocks on my wife's door, and he says, your package is here. And then he shows her his Johnson, and then he takes her out back, and they have the time of their life. That's just that has to be my favorite scenario. I think I dream about that one quite a bit. I don't have a girlfriend, so I have to play imaginary. I don't have a mailman either. So usually for these, my pretend wife or girlfriend is what's her name? It's fucking the girl from Zoe 101. That's who I envision me ending up with. And the man that I envision fucking my wife is let me see, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson and Tiger Woods. I like to imagine Tiger Woods as a mailman, entering my home and sodomizing my wife. These are the things that, bring joy to my SP life here. But anyway, I'm getting off topic. The SPH content is a fabulous one, and one I think more people should take part in and, celebrate. And it's one where girls are the number one. You see, I said earlier, in the SP community, no girls allowed. That's because you have your place, and your place is to make fun of my Johnson. It's to poke fun at it's to poke fun and hurt my manhood, my extremely small and uncut manhood. But but yeah, it's just like I mean, my favorite sites to view these types of content is Reddit. I love Reddit. I don't need to leave my room because I have Reddit. What's out there in real life that isn't on Reddit, r slash sph, r slash sp community, that's all I need. That's all anybody ever really needs, and they make fun of, people. Oh, Reddit moderators are unattractive, they're fat, they're ugly, they're stupid. But I'm only three of those things. I don't know how many I named, but I'm sure I'm three of them. I am stupid. I'm not very fat. I'm pretty lean, actually. Look at this. Audio listeners, I just busted a nut all over you and you liked it. But yeah, I'm stupid. Ugly. Ugly, maybe. I mean, fuck. I mean, I ain't got no bitches, so I must be doing something wrong. you know? And it isn't my SP's fault. It, it because I've never gotten that far. So I've never gotten the good graces of being made fun of for having a small, wee wee, a small pee pee, because I can't get that far with girls, And they say, "Oh, why don't you just pay for pussy?" I'm not gonna do that either. I have something called dignity. Something that's so strange to this generation. Because we live in a world full of hoes. We live in a world full of fuck boys. I mean, it's just disgusting, really. I mean, I'm the only celibate Christian alive out here, man. You know, it's fucking crazy. But what was I talking about? Oh yeah, cuck. I love cuck stuff. Another one of my favorite scenarios is the bowling alley scenario, or the camp scenario. So here's my bowling alley scenario first. My bowling alley scenario is, audio listeners, the holy war has started. But my bowling alley scenario is uh it's like I'm bowling, my wife is cheering me on, I'm killing it. I have the rails up so I can't really miss, but I hit gutter balls somehow anyway. But yeah, I'm bowling and I'm knocking it out of the park, but in the crowd lurking, a man that's hunting my wife is in fact Tiger Woods himself. Now, Tiger Woods is not a mailman in this scenario. Instead, he's a bowling boy. He's a bowling boy, and he comes up to my wife and he's like, "Hey, um, we have drinks and refreshments in the back. Would you like to try some?" And she's like, "Oh wow, that's so fantastic. I bet my man would like a drink after he comes back from you know, bowling and whatnot." So she goes with Tiger Woods, the ball boy in this scenario, not mailman. And they go to the janitor's closet, and he whips it out, and it's so big and humongous. She's, infatuated with it, and she's like, "Wow, so this is what I'm missing out. No, this is what I'm missing out on, I don't want that little pipsqueak, you know, uh, he's got. I want this big jumbo shrimp that this guy's got. that, Tiger Woods has. And yeah, they fornicate, and I come back, I'm looking for my wife, and I hear all the ruckus coming from the janitor's closet. So I put my ear against it, and I just start listening. And yeah, that's it. I would like to thank today's sponsor for sponsoring this podcast. When I get down and I'm tired from, jerking it from all that cuck porn I'm watching, all that SPH humiliation I'm watching, I like to drink a crisp, refreshing Dr. Pepper because that's what gets my juices going after I release them. But yeah, thank you, Dr. Pepper. It was it was certainly a pleasure. It was fantastic. Thank you. You can feed my addictions to humiliation porn, and yeah, thank you guys. I couldn't have done it without you. Anyway, on to the next one. The summer camp situation. So in this situation, it's me and my wife again, Zoe 101 from Nickelodeon, and we're camp counselors. We're helping out the Girl Scouts, the Boy Scouts. We're all inclusive at this camp, so a lot of gender affirmation going on, raising the kids right. But it's one night. All the campers, I mean, all the campers are asleep, and all the counselors are surrounding a campfire, and it's me and my wife, and Tiger Woods. He's a camp counselor in this one. He's in the he's in the athletics department, obviously, and his trade his trade is basketball. It isn't golf because I feel like that's too reminiscent of the real world. So this Tiger Woods guy, man, he sees my wife. He's like, "Wow, she's so beautiful. She's so blonde. She's so white." And he's like, "I want me one of them." Okay, I went too far with that one. That Tiger Woods doesn't talk like that. Nobody talks like that, okay? So let's not make any assumptions on each other on my first podcast, okay? Right? Let's not get out of control here, okay? I'm sponsored by Dr. Pepper. I'm ad friendly, all right? Shame on you. But yeah, he says he wants a white woman, so he lures her away from me. He lures her away from me. And how does he do this with Starbucks? He does this with Starbucks. There's a Starbucks machine. He gets the coffee, and he leaves a trail of I don't know whatever stupid shit they drink. And she's just drinking. Oh, she's like, oh, and then she follows the trail to his cabin, and she opens his cabin door, and she enters, and Tiger Woods is laying on his bed, and he's like, "Hey, mama, you wanna get with a real man and not with some 5'7" yellow toothed bum that's your husband?" And she says, "Good golly, Miss Molly, how I've been waiting for this day my whole life." And she does all this. She does it's a massacre. It's explosion of juices, of fluids, of human bodily fluids. And me, poor me, I'm alone at the campfire, looking at the fire as it slowly dissipates, as Tiger Woods defiles my wife, and all the birds and all the animals can hear, and they're cheering, "Yay, yay, yay!" Because Tiger Woods is the hero of this story. Tiger Woods is the hero of every story he's a part of. When he's not sleeping with, I don't know, maids, did he cheat on his wife with a maid or something? I don't know. I forgot. Who gives a fuck? But Tiger Woods, he's the hero of this story. And yeah. Anyway, that's it for the podcast this week. You know, I'll upload one every Wednesday. Nobody watches this shit. The podcast, you know, I don't give a fuck. These videos suck.